Welcome to the MNC PPC Department of Parks and Recreation celebration of National Heart Health Month. Throughout February, join us and learn simple steps you can take to protect your heart and promote overall health. Enjoy this fun, interactive, heart-healthy cooking demonstration with our trained professional. Be sure to go back and try these recipes with your family.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us for our February Heart Health Series. My name is Julia Demery, and I'm a Health and Wellness Specialist with the Department of Parks and Recreation. Before we begin, let's go through a few housekeeping items. You should see a microphone icon at the bottom of your screen, like you see here on this screen. You will need to click this icon to mute yourself. We would ask that you remain muted to limit any distractions during the program. Next, I want to draw your attention to the camera icon. You will use this to turn your camera off and on. Please be mindful that when your camera is on, all participants joining us this evening will be able to see your screen. You have the option to keep your camera on or turn it off, but remember that we want to minimize distractions throughout the program and keep the focus on the presentation being provided. The last icon I want to tell you about is the chat icon. This will allow you to ask questions throughout the program. To type a question, you will click on the icon like the one you see on the screen to bring up the chat box, and it should take you to what you see next. Once you see the chat box, as you see on the screen here, there will be a space for you to type your question in. Hit enter and we will see your question on the screen. Please ask your questions throughout the program, and there will be lots of time for us to ask our presenter your questions. We're looking forward to a great discussion. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our trained professional for the evening. Rosalind's Law Education has equipped her with extensive knowledge in holistic nutrition, health coaching, clinical herbs, and preventative health. Drawing on these skills and her knowledge of different dietary theories, she works with clients to help them make lifestyle changes that produce real and lasting change. Rosalind received her training as a health coach from the Institute for Integrative Nutrition's Innovative Health Coach Training Program. She also received training as a clinical herbalist from the Mid-Atlantic School of Herbalism and the Smile Herb Shop. As a clinical herbalist, she can provide a complete assessment and recommend a customized list of herbal remedies for her clients. She uses food, herbs, and exercise for healing and maintaining a heavenly body. Welcome, Roz.
Yes, hello. How are you? I'm so happy to be here. It is the second day of Heart Health Month, February, and I am so happy to be here. Listen, I am going to prepare one of my favorite, actually two of my favorite recipes tonight for you all. And this is Heart Health Month. Heart Health Month, just everything talking about cardiovascular, just how you're going to be able to maintain a healthy heart through these recipes. But first, I just want to say this. When you are going shopping in this pandemic, make sure just continue to wash your hands, continue to choose your nice produce, but come home and wash them really, really well, not only for germs, but also, for the, especially if you're not buying organic, wash those pesticides off and those herbicides and things that they spray the vegetables with. You want to wash them really well. Come home, wash your hands up to your elbows, and get started in your kitchen. I'm excited. And so listen, another rule she didn't mention. I need for you all to type, talk back to me. Talk back to me through typing. All right, because I love it when you ask the questions. I am going to take some time to answer questions, so you can type the questions in as we go along. I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. So listen, you all are going to receive the recipes after this, probably tomorrow. She'll tell you when. But we're going to get started. So the first recipe, both of them, this is a beans night. Beans, beans, beans. Great for cardiovascular health, your heart. Great for your heart. You know, I'm not even going to say the little riddle they say. I'm not even going to go in there about the heart and that other word. But it definitely can give you gas. A lot of people say, I don't eat beans because it gives me gas. I can't tolerate beans because of gas and bloating the stomach. What I notice is that if you have not been eating beans all the time, yes, your body, your digestive tract will be challenges. You will have challenges. But if you eat them, I guarantee you, if you eat just a little bit daily, periodically, adding them in your salads, in your food, all kinds of foods, omelet, add your beans just a little bit, then your digestive system will start to get used to it, and you'll work that out as far as that gas is concerned. But I am going to give you a couple of tips that you can use to help with that digestibility. All right. So the first recipe that I'm doing is my bean salad. It's a bean salad, And what I'm doing is I'm using beans, three beans. And I'm going to not only do the salad, I am actually going to prepare a salad dressing for you as well. It's going to be awesome, amazing. So what beans am I using? First of all, I need somebody to type in there. You ready for this question? I need for you to type, what do you get? What are beans good for the body? Like, what are you getting from these beans? I need that. So who's my helper tonight?
I can be your helper. This is Julia.
Okay, Julia. So Julia, I need for you to look in there and tell me when people are answering me, because I want this to be interactive. So
you got it. So
the
far
question,
we have protein.
Well, who said that? Protein.
Kathy said that.
Kathy, awesome. Protein. Very important. And so what does protein give you? Like when you're nourishing your body with a lot of protein. So protein is your animal fats. So it comes from your meats and fish, dairy products, eggs, and things like that. But what does that give you ultimately? Protein. Why do you want to make sure you get enough protein for your body? Or maybe I should ask this: what happens if you don't get enough protein for your body? Either one. Go ahead and answer that. And while you're answering that for me, I'm going to tell you what beans I have in here. I have three. I have garbanzo beans, I have red kidney beans, and I have black beans in this bowl all together. I put them together. So anybody answer yet?
Yes. Tawanda says energy.
Energy. Absolutely. Energy. You have to have your beans to give you energy. Many times, your protein to give you energy. Many times people fail at being a vegan or vegetarian or just eliminating meat for a certain amount of time. People get weak, say, I just can't make it. They end up in the hospital, emergency room, just because, and it's really around this time of year because, we make those New Year's resolutions. I'm going to get healthy. I'm not going to eat any more meat for the next 3 months. And then people get weak because they're not eating the proper nutrition that will give you the protein. All right. So beans will give you the protein. So actually, beans have about 70 grams of protein cooked throughout the day. You should have about 70 grams of protein, cooked protein a day through beans or meats or anything, but you can get it from your beans. So that means you got to eat a lot of beans so that you can be, getting on that treadmill and doing all that you need to do for the day. But guess what? Half of that, so what is that? About 35 grams of protein can be in cooked food. So that will give you enough energy as well. I mean, in raw, not cooked, raw. So you can, and so that means, so you're not going to eat raw beans, right? You're not going to eat raw beans, but you will eat vegetables. All your vegetables have protein. Who thought of? No, but I mean, a lot of people don't realize that each vegetable that you eat has an amount of protein. So I say just Google it. If you're eating your broccoli, you're eating your kale, your spinach, your cabbage, Brussels sprouts, whatever you are eating, Google it, how much protein is in there. And then you can line up your meals for the week to make sure you succeed at this healthier lifestyle because you want to get it all in. All right. So beans are in here. Garbanzo. What's another name for garbanzo beans? A nickname for garbanzo beans. I'll wait.
So while they're writing that in, we also had some people say fiber, energy, satiates hunger, and muscle gain.
Well, somebody already Googled it. No, I'm just kidding. No, but all of that is correct. All of that is correct. I love it. I love it. I love it. What is the other another name? What is it?
Yes, chickpeas.
Absolutely, chickpeas. Y'all the smartest ever. Smartest, I'm telling you. So the next ingredient I'm putting in here are red onions. Now you can use any kind of onions that you want, actually, but I love red onions, especially in my salad. I chopped up that red onion, and mind you, let me just say this, a little note. This salad is for my husband and I because it's it's virtual, so therefore I'm not making a whole lot of it. So I'm cutting the recipe in half, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm putting the onion in there. I chopped up red onions. What are onions good for? Onions are antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. Onions are amazing. So you know what I just thought about? I thought about this today. I don't know, I probably thought about it one time before, but it just came back to my memory. Onions, they put onions on you. You eat a raw onion when you're feeling like you're coming down with a cold, you're sick, cold and flu. The older people put an onion in your sock, put it on your foot while you're sleeping. I say you can cut up an onion and put it beside your bed, and you'll actually feel better. It'll pull the inflammation out and the bacteria. But how about this? This is proof. How many of you are actually cut up onion and you start crying? Like stuff just comes out from everywhere. Your nose starts running, your eyes start running, you just can't take it. Is that indicative of what I just said? That it will actually extract the impurities and make you feel better next day. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense.
It does to me. We have a note in the comment section. Mary says that they contain, and I may mispronounce this, but quercetin.
Quercetin,
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Amazing. We have some very smart people here tonight. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they can teach me something. I don't know. So I'm looking at my recipe book here to make sure I have all of the ingredients. So also, I'm going to put in a tomato. This is a Roma tomato. It's called Roma tomato, small tomato. Just going to chop the tomato. Tomatoes have beta carotene and vitamin C. Tomatoes are a nightshade vegetable. And you should always choose tomatoes that are really firm. Like, don't go to the store and buy the tomatoes that are already mushy. You want to get fresh, vibrant vegetables. You don't want to put anything that's about to die in your body when you're trying to be healthy, for sure. So you're going to chop your tomato. And listen, this is your food, so you can chop it however you like. You don't have to be fancy about it. The only time you could have to be fancy about it is if you're having like a nice dinner, have people coming over, and You're trying to impress somebody. You know, it is Valentine's Day coming up, so I don't know. Some people might have a hot date and they're trying to cook for people. But if it's for yourself, just cut it up. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be extra special. Not unless you just want to. For me, dicing and cutting and all of this is therapeutic for myself. I love it. All right. So you just cut it up. I'm going to put it over in the salad, in the bowl. I'm going to get centered here. All right. Now, the next thing I have is kale. So I'm using kale. Now, there's a curly kale, and this is called lacinato kale. I'm actually using lacinato kale. They'll call it, you'll see it called Tucson, and also there's another name for it, dinosaur kale. Dinosaur. So I cut up the kale already, adding it to my salad. All right. Now I'm going to toss it. And then I'm going to make my salad dressing. Let me just check the recipe for a second. But just want to make sure I have everything. Because let me tell you, I have it in my book, but to be totally transparent, I changed it a little bit and made it a little simpler. I simplified it for you guys for the recipe. So I just want to make sure I have everything. Oh yeah, I have everything. All right, so now I'm going to add my salad, but my salad dressing, I'll mix that. But this is so pretty. I hope you all can see this. It's colorful, vibrant. It's got your beans in here. It's got your green leafy, and your green leafy, vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin K, chlorophyll, all right? Iron, fiber is in there. I could just eat this right here, just like this, without anything else. But I'm going to put something else because it's going to take it to another level. Can you see that? Talk back to me. Can you see it? Looks good, right? All right. All right, next I am going to make the salad dressing. So
Roz, Miss Letha has a question.
Sure, go ahead.
What other greens can be used instead of kale?
Well, absolutely. You can use spinach. You can use collard greens. How many of you know that you can actually eat collard greens raw? Yes, you can. So it can be any other type of green leafy vegetable. And the reason why I add this vegetable, well, I'll go into that in a second. I want to tell you all something a really good tip especially for this new year. All right, so I'm making the dressing now. I'm going to put 3/4 cup of olive oil. Now, this is my special olive oil. This is my olive oil that I actually make. You can buy an olive oil over the counter, at the grocery store, but this is a garlic infused and herb olive oil that I make. And I can show it because I make it. Go ahead.
So what was the 3 beans you added?
The 3 beans are garbanzo, black beans, and red kidney.
You said wax beans? Is that what you said?
Black beans, yes.
Oh, black beans.
Black, yes. Not red, but black.
But we actually use any type 3 beans we want, right?
I'm sorry?
Can we use any type of beans that we want in this?
Yes, absolutely you can. Absolutely you can use any kind of beans. These just so happen to be my favorite. My favorite go-to beans, for sure. You can use any kind. We can use pinto. What kind would you use normally? What kind would you use? What are your favorite? There's so many beans out here. Azuki.
Yeah, I like black. I like pinto. I like kidney. Navy beans, lentil beans.
Yeah. Okay.
Beans.
There you go. So listen, you can add them. Black-eyed peas, you can add them into a salad, whatever. All right. So that's amazing. I love it. I love the fact that you love beans. for sure. All right, so I put in my garlic. Well, you use olive oil. Mine is garlic infused, and that's going to take it to a whole nother level. And I'm eating it, so I can do that. And then 3/4 cup of red vinegar. I put red wine vinegar. That's what I love. Now you can use white vinegar, you can use apple cider vinegar, any type of vinegar. I use red vinegar. I'm using red wine vinegar actually. And then I'm putting some Dijon mustard in here. 1 teaspoon. Dijon mustard is a little spicy to give it a kick. Be amazing, right? But I'm using 1 teaspoon. Do not mistaken it for a tablespoon. Not unless you just don't care. You just want to just be a little extra spicy. And then a little bit of sea salt. Now, you can omit the sea salt if you want. If you have issues with hypertension, definitely you don't have to use the sea salt. But I'm going to use a pinch, just a pinch of sea salt. This is pink Himalayan sea salt that I use. So it's definitely amazing. This dressing is smelling so good. Sea salt, olive oil, Dijon mustard, the vinegar, and that's it. And I'm going to whisk it. Now you can make a lot of this. You can make it a larger container and put it in a mason jar and store it in your refrigerator and have it for your salads all the time. If you don't have time, especially if you don't have time, you're just not really, wanting to cook all the time. You already have it made up. All right, I'm going to pour it over into now, I don't really care for a lot of salad dressing. Just to coat it is fine with me. Just enough to coat it is just fine. Now, if you let this sit in the refrigerator overnight or for at least for a couple of hours, your kale will start to wilt and it will be like a real, like it's been cooked. But what I love about this, and let me just tell you what I was going to tell you before. There are essential foods that you should have. Make sure you have these within a 7-day period. And they are greens. It's in here, right? Greens. Onion in here. Mushroom. Now you can add mushroom in here if you like. For sure, you can put mushroom in here. Beans, main ingredient, right? That's the star of the show, the beans. Berries, not in here. Seeds and sprouts. Those are your essentials that you should have. These are great, not only for the heart, but for your entire body. To rejuvenate your cells. Just amazing. All right, so that's my bean salad. Now, you know what I was going to say? When somebody asked what other kind of greens, you can put romaine lettuce in here if you want. You can put romaine lettuce. You can put butter lettuce in there. You can put arugula. So any one of those field greens, any one of those green leafies you can use in your salad. And this is just enough. This is enough salad. Listen to, you can have just a portion of this every day, and you'll get your greens, beans, onions, and you put mushrooms in here, and then those will be your essentials, and you'll have it taken care of. Just a little bit. Nobody said you had to eat a whole lot. Just get them in your body. It's amazing. All right.
So we
any
have
questions?
Sorry.
Sure.
Just a question on your process. So the question was, what did you layer the beans and kale before you added the dressing? So I guess, can you just kind of tell us the steps real quickly? And
Sure.
everyone, we will send the recipes out after the session this evening.
All right. So the beans, I'll go through it again. The beans are garbanzo, red kidney, and black beans. All right. And I use organic canned beans for salads and things like this because, it's just a fast-paced world. But if you don't want to, you can actually soak your beans and start like that. But these are canned, but I make sure I rinse them really, really well. You rinse the can of beans, rinse and strain them, okay? So the beans. And then I added red onion. Add your red onion. And then I cut up a tomato. It could be a Roma tomato. It can just be a little grape tomatoes. As long as you get your tomatoes in there, that's your vitamin C and beta carotene and lycopene. There's a lot of great nutrients in tomatoes. And then after the tomato, I put in the kale. I believe that was the order. I put in the kale, and I used lacinato kale, or it's called dinosaur kale or Tucson kale. And those are the kale that the leaves are long and narrow and really thick. You know what else I like? Lacinato kale. I like to use them when I make kale chips because they're thick, but that's a whole nother recipe. But lacinato kale. That's all in there. That's it. And then I mix the dressing, the salad dressing. I mix the salad dressing. Now, this is one important tip I wanted to say.
But then you lay it with something look like a grated cheese or something in there?
No. I didn't put any cheese in there. No.
What was it? It was white, all I know.
Onion. The onion were white. The onions were white. That's all.
Maybe that's what it was, the onions.
That's probably was the onion. But listen, this is what I want to say. For my people who have issues with digesting beans, what you can do is add in your salad dressing, add at least a teaspoon of cumin. Cumin helps you to digest your beans. And not only that, it gives it a wonderful flavor. All right. I'm going to use cumin in the next recipe anyway. So just a little additive. What helps is baking soda. When you're cooking fresh beans from scratch, you can add baking soda to the water. You can also add bay leaf. Yeah, bay leaf, cumin, baking soda. Those will help with the digestibility and the gassiness and the bloating when you eat your beans, because you want to get, especially if they taste good. And it's cold right now. A nice bean chili, which is what I'm going to go into next. I'm doing a vegetarian chili with the same beans. All right, the same beans. Any more questions before I move on?
We do have one.
Sure.
What berries are more essential, blueberries or strawberries?
Now how we going to? Okay, all the berries, all of them, all of them. Yes, all of them. Any more?
That is all we have right now. I love blueberries and strawberries, so.
All of them. Yes, all of them. There's so many berries out there. Just whatever berries you like, those are essential. Okay. Yep. All of them. I love them. I love them too. I have an issue with blackberries though because of those seeds, but I like the taste other than the seeds. All right. So the next recipe is a hearty chili. A chili. Who does not like a nice chili on a cold day? As a matter of fact, you make a lot of it and put it in the freezer and pull it out when the snow starts to come. Let me just get to it. I'm telling you. Let me get to it. I'm going to use my olive oil in my pan. I'm going to use some olive oil. Let me just put this over here. And I'm going to go ahead and add my beans. Same beans, garbanzo, black beans, and red kidney. It'll start the show.
And Roz, did you have anything in your olive oil?
Yeah, of course I do. Who said that? Did somebody ask that, or you
Lisa
asked?
is wondering what herbs are in your olive oil.
So it's herb infused. You know, you mentioned to everyone that I'm a herbalist, and so I make my own oils, herb infused oil, and I put garlic in here, black pepper, mountain savory, basil, and thyme. Yes, so I make my own garlic infused. All right, there we go. The beans are in there. Of course, we're going to add red onion because we're eating the essentials, right? We're eating the essentials. Then I'm going to add some red bell pepper. You know, red bell sweet pepper. It gives it that sweetness. Bell pepper. And not only that, it's so colorful and vibrant. All right. Also, bell pepper is pretty much in the same family as a tomato, a nightshade vegetable, but also it has beta carotene in it as well. And beta carotene is great for your eyes, for your vision. It's a lot of nice benefits from eating your nightshades, but I love it for the eyes, and also it has vitamin C as well. All right, mushroom. Now I dice the mushroom. You can use white. Oh, I tell you what. Name some mushrooms for me. Name some mushrooms. Go ahead and type different. I want to say a million, but I'm exaggerating. But there are a lot of mushrooms. So name some mushrooms for me. Give me some of the ones that you like in particular. This is smelling so good already. I think it's the garlic and the herbs. What? Y'all hear me pat myself on the back? No responses yet?
Nothing about mushrooms yet.
Oh, nobody likes mushrooms? Oh my goodness. I'm adding now a can of diced tomatoes.
All right, we got one. Oh, okay, now they're coming in, Roz.
Uh-oh, okay, come on in.
We have button, oyster, portobello, shiitake, reishi, maitake, cremini, baby bellas. I think I got them all.
Oh my goodness. Well, did one person answer all that?
No, it was a group effort.
Oh my goodness.
They all came in at once.
those are amazing. Did somebody say oyster?
Yes.
I love oyster mushrooms. And oyster mushroom, well, they kind of taste like seafood. They kind of taste like seafood. That's why they're named oyster mushroom. But I love them. Lion's mane, reishi, mushrooms are excellent for the body and, for the whole body, for your cells. A lot of people don't realize that you can eat mushrooms in a dried form. You can take it in a capsule, and it's great for cancer, like rejuvenating your cancer cells. And so it's amazing. Mushrooms are amazing. So what's in here? I have the 3 beans, garbanzo, black, and red kidney. Then I have red onion. Then I have red bell pepper and the tomatoes. 1 can of diced tomatoes. And your diced tomatoes, if you like a little spicy chili, a little chili with a little kick to it, they make the tomatoes that have the chili peppers in them, right? So that'll be a little kick. might be a lot of kick. All right. Now, what I want to do is put another vegetable in here, and that's a carrot. A carrot, right? This is a potato peeler. So how many times do you go and chop carrots? You're chopping carrots and they're rolling all over the table, right? So what I do, and I keep the skin on. I just wash it really nicely, and I take my potato peeler and shred my carrot. Look, this is a fun way. If you have children or grandchildren and you're trying to get them to eat your healthy food, give them this and let them do this, or let them watch you do it. They'll think it's so much fun. They'll want to eat some. And they will love it. They will love it. That's a big piece. But just make sure you don't get your fingernail. Make sure you don't, stop early. Enough time. Make sure you don't get that finger or that fingernail.
Can you also use the shredded carrots?
Yeah, well, yeah, you can use a shredded carrot, but let me just say this. I like to use whole carrots because a lot of carrots are on the market are GMO. So you get an organic carrot, and I like them more when they're all different funny shapes and colors, because that means that they are not GMO. GMO, you know what GMO is? Who knows? GMO, what does that stand for? I know it takes some time for people to type, so I'll be patient.
Genetically modified.
Absolutely. Yes. I tell you, we have a smart bunch in here tonight. I love it.
Ew.
GMO, genetically modified. So you want to I love getting the carrots that are purple. They're purple on the outside, and when you cut into it, it's white on the inside. The different color carrots, that's when you know that you're getting a real carrot. All right. So now what seasoning am I adding to this? I'm adding oregano. And I just found out, well, it's oregano for sure, but this one is called Mexican oregano.
How much oregano?
Oh, she's writing it down. You're going to get the recipe, but let me tell you how much. 2 tablespoons of oregano. And this smells so good. I love the smell of oregano. And this is a Mexican one. So of course it's so fitting for a chili, because chili, I believe, is Mexican recipe, right? All right. The next one I'm adding is some garlic. Well, let me add the chili powder. Of course, you can't have chili without chili powder. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of the chili powder. Now, you got to be careful, especially if you have hypertension, that with these chili powders, you got to make sure it doesn't have a lot of sodium in it. It makes your chilies taste amazing, but you got to make sure it doesn't have a lot of sodium. So you want to get the one that has less sodium, or you can mix your own seasonings in there. All right, I'm putting cumin in here, and I need to go a little bit less because I'm really not making a lot of cumin. And then some garlic. Garlic is what? You got to put garlic. Did you all know garlic is cardiovascular? Good for the heart. Definitely good for the heart, garlic. So you can use fresh garlic if you like, for sure. I know that's another question somebody's going to ask me. You know what? I need to thin this out. I need to add some water to it and thin it out. Let me get my water. My water is over here. I'm just going to, now some people like the chili thick and hearty and healthy, but I'm adding some water to it to make it kind of thin it out some. It's getting kind of thick. Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, I will let this simmer not too long, maybe no more than 8 minutes, because your beans are already cooked. Your beans are already cooked. You're just warming them up and you're letting all the flavor from the spices kind of seep in and simmer. Now, we'll let it cook a little bit. Does anybody have any questions so far? Any questions? I keep wanting to say
right
Delaney.
now.
I keep wanting to say Delaney, but it's not Delaney. That's because Delaney is normally the one that's behind the scenes.
She said we're gonna get
She's just hiding.
And Yolanda. Yes, yes. Okay. All right.
I think Miss Velma might have a question. Go ahead,
Who
Miss.
does? Who does?
You said we're gonna get a copy of the recipe?
Yes, you'll get it.
A link.
Yes, we're gonna email them to you after the session's over.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, 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 yes. Because I don't know, but I sense that you might be making this sometime soon. Maybe the weekend. I don't know. I think you might be.
Well, I had planned to make mine tomorrow, but I gotta go run out and get some red pepper. I bought everything else but red pepper.
All right. That's great. Well, if you don't feel like going, you can just omit the red pepper if you like. But if you want it just like this, yep, you're gonna have to run out and get it. You're gonna have to run out and get it for sure. All right. Now, let me just say this. I love chili on top of a brown rice. I love it. That's the way I like it. And sometimes I'll mix my brown rice with quinoa. So those are two whole grains. And I'll put the brown rice and quinoa on the plate and then put the chili on top. And then I'll have a side of broccoli or probably broccoli or green beans on the side. Because I am a vegetarian. Right now, I am practicing, I'm a vegan times 2 days. It's day number 2. So I can't wait to get this. Now, in my recipe book, I have there that you can add a vegetarian plant-based meat like Boca or Beyond or Impossible, something like that. But because I'm doing veganism for the month of February, I can't wait to get this. Okay. So now, so tonight though, I'm going to have it on top of tortilla chips. Tortilla chips, and these have a hint of lime, and I can't wait.
Now that's the way to eat it. On top of tortilla chips.
On top of some tortilla chip. Yes, and put it on top of the chips like that. I'm going to come closer to the camera so you all can see it.
Now we're ready for the Pro Bowl.
And look, and then, if you all were in person, then you would be able to taste it. But I have a friend that says, oh, well, not this time. And then I have a vegan cheese. This is a diet shredded cheese. Now you can use, if you're not a vegan, you don't worry about it, but I'm a vegan this month. So I'm adding my vegan cheese on top. Just trying to give my digestive tract a little rest from dairy. Look at that. Is that amazing? Let me come around here so you all can see. Can you see that?
We can. It looks amazing.
Yes, you can see it.
She said, ah, I hear you. Then I'm going to taste it for you. Mm, 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 mm. I've been waiting all day for this. All day. Mm.
Miss Tashika says, so good. I need a picture. Hold it up again. Oh, she's going to take a photo.
Okay, wait a minute. I got to fix it up.
Beautiful.
I'm definitely gonna make it for the weekend.
I suggest you
Yes.
do. Now let us not forget our bean salad. Let me come back over here. I got carried away because I've been waiting all day for that. I got carried away. I love my bean salad too. Now, let me just say this. You can take this bean, you know how in the summer and you have people invite you to come over, come to the cookout, and they tell you to bring something. This is a recipe, a very easy, quick recipe, and it is good. And I'm telling you, when people bite into it, you're going to look around and it's going to be all gone. So you better get yours first. Get enough. Am I chewing in your ear? Let me just, so good.
I'm just imagining eating it. Miss Velma says it's a take for the Sunday's Pro Bowl. I was thinking that this is a really good Super Bowl Sunday meal.
Both.
Yes.
Yes, the salad and the chili, for sure. And you can take your chili, make it in a crock pot, and then just take the whole crock pot to the party. Plug it in when you get there, and then take your chips on the side, and then set it up for people to just enjoy. But that's all I have. Anybody have any questions? Anybody excited? Anybody have any takeaways? Anything.
One thing I noticed is it's not difficult to make. You know, it seems to be simple. And it doesn't take
Yes.
5 minutes to let this sit and 30 minutes to let that sit and then come back to this and bring it all together. It's simple enough that you can really follow. So I want the recipe as soon as possible. I'm gonna try to make the salad tonight for dinner.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. I love it. And you're
Because I
well
gotta
on your
eat by
way.
8 o'clock. Will I have it by 8 o'clock?
They're putting pressure on you. They're putting pressure.
I gotta eat by 8 o'clock.
Not on me.
We do have a question in the chat.
Okay.
Miss Murray is wondering, what kind of vegan cheese did you use?
So this cheese, the brand is called Daya. D is in dog. AIYA. Daya. Now this brand, this cheese, this flavor, this kind here is a Mexican. They're Mexican shredded. It comes in mozzarella, cheddar, and Mexican. And I think it might come in what is that one called? Jack, something Jack?
Pepper jack.
Pepper Jack. Yeah, I think it comes in a pepper jack as well. I'm so sorry, y'all. All right. What else? Anybody else have anything I need to stop eating so I can?
No other questions yet, but we have a couple folks who have been using that same type of vegan cheese.
That cheese is amazing. It really is. And it melts. It melts just like regular cheese. It's really, really is good. It's a great alternative, especially if you're trying to make sure you limit your dairy. It's a great alternative to real cheese. Anything else? Anybody? Well, I hope you all have enjoyed the 2 recipes that I've had that I shared with you all tonight. I'm sure, I think you all have some last remarks. Don't you have last remarks?
We do. We do. Thank you so much, Roz. We really appreciate it. And I am now very hungry. I felt like I was smelling that chili through the computer. So you've got me ready for dinner. So thank you all so much for joining us this evening. Before we leave, we do have a few announcements. We want your feedback, so be on the lookout for an email with a link to complete a survey for a chance to win a $25 gift card. And if you would like the program recording, please just reply to our email and we will make sure that we get it to you. And finally, please join us in celebrating Black History Month with our cooking demonstration next Wednesday, February 9th from 6 to 7 p.m. Roz will be joining us again with a healthy soul food cooking demo. So thank you all again for joining us. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us for National Heart Health Month. For more videos to help you live a heart-healthy lifestyle, visit the Department of Parks and Recreation's online resource center at pgparks.com or the Health and Wellness Virtual Library at wellness.pgparks.com.